Chisa wishes people would oh no. Chisa, why have you forsaken us? It seems the world has been made a softer place. Buckle up, guys. Good day, good people. It's another fine day in the year of the Horizon Toon Link Dave and your United States Aviator here once again for another episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. And when I say we are not dealing and we are not dallying today, I'm gonna get right into it. This is the last episode of the season before the fan votes in singles action. We got 2 secret achievements that could hit. And most importantly, everyone here has wish rings because it is their Christmas wish to be in the Christmas episode where the title will be on the line. And so, I have to ask you guys, nothing yet. It's 1v100. There's 101 competitors. Hina's here with her title. She is the champ, and she is facing everyone else who's unaffiliated. It's going to be a debacle of a showcase. Here's everyone who is here today. The Champina versus Togami, Celeste, Chihiro, Hifumi, Junko, Taka, Kyoko, Leon, Mondo, Mukuro, Sakura, Sayaka, Makoto, Hiro, Toko, Hajime, Fat Togami, Chiaki, Fuihiko, Crazy Hyoko, Gundam, Ibuki, Kazuichi, Nigan, Mahiru, Nagito, Nekamaru, Peko, Sonya, Teru, Izuru, Shuichi, Himiko, Maki, Rantaro, Kaede, Ryoma, Kurumi, Angie, Tinko, Kori in the house, Mew, Kokichi, Gonta, Kaito, Samugi, Kibo, Akane, Komaru, Jack, Jotaro, Kotoko, Monica, Nagisa, Haiji, Hiroko, Taichi, Yuta, Masaru, Monokuma, Shirakuma, Kurakuma, Monodam, Monokid, Usami, Monosuke, Monotaro, Monopony, Chisa, Great Gozu, Juzo, Tengen, Kizakura, Munakata, Daisaku, Ruruka, Mitarai, Seiko, Maya, Izuyoi, Alter Ego, Mekamaru, AI Gonta, Takamichi, Nane Aichiaki, Justice Hammer 1, Pennyworth, Nanokumas, Yasuke, Ryoko, the Madurai Brothers, Jin, Kanon, Minimaru, Natsumi, Aiko, Yue, Sato, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, and Junko AI in what is sure to be a blockbuster of a game. Number 6 and number 47. Yikes, I'm gonna have to do some major counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Junko, surprisingly enough. Lightbearer, and oh, ironically enough, Junko and Samugi. Who would have thunk? Okay. Who do you got? There are 2 secret achievements that could still be hit. I'm not gonna dilly and dally. I will ask you guys to pick your top 10. I will pick my top 3 because those comments are important. They show either way to all sorts of magnificent secrets. If I am gonna be tongue-tied like that, it is going to be a long one. But the comments are important, like this one, like that one, and of course, like that one. We can't dilly, and we can't dally. Junko, Samugi, if they win and they get a ton of kills because there's a ton of people, things can go wild. I'm excited to see what goes on. There's a bunch of wish rings. The only thing I'm super duper concerned about is somebody wishing for world peace like in round 1. And then we are in for a much longer experience. I'm gonna pick for second and third though. You guys have hopefully picked your top 10 already. I'm gonna pick Chiaki for first. Because in games like these, I don't know what it is, but she can just pull it out. I'm gonna pick Monica for second because she's been in a game like this where wish rings have given her the win because of world peace. And lastly, give me Justice Hammer 1 for third. Just because we haven't seen Justice Hammer 1 in a long time, I can't help but feel that Justice Hammer 1 is gonna pull out some magic this time around. But it's gonna be a fun, interesting experience. We're not gonna dilly and dally because it's going to be a long one. I'm gonna hit that music. I'm gonna take a swig of water. Because it's time. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? Rantaro? Sato? Makoto? Ms. Maya? All of you? I don't know. I hope so. Because as I click down round 1, we're going to start this whole thing. And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It is 1 versus 100. Sato? Rantaro? Makoto? Maya? I know you all are in the game actually, so I know you got plenty to do, but if you would please, sound the horns! They sound so good together. They sound so good, and the fact that there's still two people missing, it could get better by the end of the season. I don't know. Monokuma has a horrible feeling. It's got Toko makes the first wish of the game, wishing for some marshmallows. Her wish ring shimmers for a second, and those marshmallows appear right in front of her. We're gonna make s'mores today. Kurokuma's looking for an easy out. Tenko came prepared with a wish ring, I hope. Nagito ponders how best to use that wish ring. Hajime duels it out with Mahiru. Mahiru is the first one out of here. She bites the dust. Nagisa is thinking of plans to get out of her Kibo. Wants this to be over already. Sato is determined to survive this. Izuyoi wishes the Junko AI would disappear. And it seems that her code has been erased from the system because I don't even remember the absolutely immense Junko even existing. Himiko mopes around uselessly. Oh, poor girl. Cannon tries to kill Tenko, but Tenko retaliates and kills her instead. She came prepared. I kind of hope Tenko at least makes it to like the top 10 so we can just keep saying Tenko came prepared. That's what I want. But I probably jinxed it. Ibuki fails to grasp the gravity situation. Leon hopes he's up in a harmony body. Monotaro is looking out only for himself. Sonia wishes for an interesting accent. She kinda has one. Her wish ring shimmers for a second before answering her wish. Monophony is prepared to be adorable because that's what she's doing, being adorable as always. Pennyworth looks around for stuff to surround. Junko, our light bearer, tries to get others to notice her. Nanokuma stares into the distance. Akane wasn't looking and just falls right off the cliff. Sakura tries to make a wish, and now she's the first person to the advantage because that wish ring is gone. It's emitting a rancid smoke. She throws it to the ground where it fizzles, burns away in a crackling of angry sparkles. Monodam's frenzy. Oh no! Mondo sizes his muscles. Ryoko isn't sure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her arrow. Minimaru just wants it to end already. Wants everything to end already. Ryoma ponders how best to use that wish ring. Hina wishes for cheeseburgers, would have thought she wished for donuts, but I guess she was hungry anyway. And she's got her burgers now. Crazy Oko, extra large, steps down a trap. Takamichi gets caught in that trap immediately. Kaede wishes she wasn't here. Her wish ring shimmers for a second, and then nobody seems to remember Asylum Akamatsu, Kaie, Day, at all. Nuts. Alter Ego wishes he could go home. Munakata twitches uncontrollably. Togami finds us all below his concern. Nakamaru finds a shotgun, starts thinking about the damage he can do. Kazuichi doesn't feel prepared for any of this. The Madurai brothers wish that Kyoko would disappear. Their wish ring shimmers for a second, and then nobody seems to remember Kyoko ever existed at all. That's a shame. Kyoko's had a rough season. Monokid ambushes Mitarai and eviscerates him. Yasuhiro spots something shiny in the distance. Haiji finds a grenade. Uh-oh. Hifumi catches a strange glow in the corner of his eyes and discovers an ancient scepter. Oh boy, things are getting nuts. Crazy Oko finds a handgun, just enough bullets to be useful. Mekamaru hums a song to himself. Angie doesn't really want to, but finds herself having to get rid of Rantaro. How dare you? That's my horn bearer. We will throw hands. We'll throw hands, Angie. Makoto feels sorry for Takamichi, frees him from the trap. Kurumi looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Nana Achiaki ponders about how best to use her wish ring. Monica seems unshaken by any of this because she knows what to do. For the first time, someone has wished for trail mix, and that man's is Yasuke. His wish ring shimmers for a second, and now that trail mix is his. Tengen duels it out with Celeste. Celeste bites the dust. Celeste, oh no. Jotaro looks like he's on the verge of snapping. Usami finds a rocket launcher. Shuichi wishes Maya would disappear. How could you do this? These are my horn bearers. Shuichi, do you want to throw hands? Because I will. His wish ring shimmers and Maya disappears. Pekka wishes for some really cool facial hair, and now, in a moment's notice, she's got the dopest beard of them all. Kokichi twiddles his thumbs as Kaito disappears for a while and comes back with a wizard robe. You better hide that from our boy Hajime, because he's been searching for one. Mikon finds a pitchfork, which she figured is great for lobbing at enemies. Chiaki. Her wish ring is gone now. That was her biggest advantage, especially since she's peaceful and kind, but she's done it before. The Great Gozu tries to kill Kaito, but that wizard robe carries him to safety. Shirakuma catches a strange glow in the corner of his eyes, and now an ancient scepter is in his possession. Maki mopes around uselessly. Mew is thinking of plans to get out of here. Taichi wishes he could go home. Jin ponders about how to best to use that wish ring. Chihiro is being adorable as always. Aiko is determined to survive this. Ruka tries to get others to notice her. Monosuke finds us all below his concern. AI going to wishes for really nice eyebrows, and that man's got the people's eyebrow. Something inside of Corey snaps. Corey in the house is now frenzied. Taka finds an axe, upping his chances of survival somewhat. Justice Hammer 1 wishes for a new hat. And now this Justice Hammer has a good old hat on. Is it a top hat? A fancy fedora? I don't know. Samugi's looking for someone dumb enough to believe her. Sayaka tries to kill Tengen, but Tengen retaliates and kills her instead. You know what, Sayaka? You tried to take out somebody who would have given you some praise in people's eyes. Now Tengen, you might have a target on the people's back. Maybe Sayaka was trying to change. That could have swayed me. Even though there is no beef right now. Fat Togami eats something shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pains. Daisaku doesn't prepare for any of this. Fuyuko sets down a trap. Mukuro won't get she does get cocky and dies from a stupid mistake. She's already on the bracket. She'll be fine. Gonta doesn't really understand what's happening. Teru wonders about the future. Juzo feels strong enough to handle anything. Gundam spots something shiny in the distance. Seiko stops quietly. Yu gets caught in one of Fuyuhiko's traps. Now all she can do is hope to be freed. Komaru wonders about the future. Masaru tries to kill Kaito, but Kaito's wizard rope carries him to safety. Natsumi is unshaken by any of this. Toko finds a suit of medieval armor, puts it on. Hiroko ambushes and kills Leon. That's Best Girl killing Leon. Kizakura spots, he's now a cave teacher. Chisa thinks about what she did end up here. Yuta finds a little bikini, puts it on. It's quite revealing. Genocide Jack isn't sure to cry, whether to cry, laugh, or tear her hair out. And the other side of Jack is Toko. Azuru tries to kill her, but she's wearing knight's armor. So for some reason, he can't break that. He can't defeat a knight. I thought Azuru would be perfect in everything, but not this apparently. Not this. And now I have to say, we've lost 14. We can't dilly and dally because we have 87 more to lose. It is a clear day, Leon. 4. Mahiru. Junko, absolutely immense. This is Big Junko. Kanon, Akane, Kaie, Day, Kyoko, Mitarai, Rantaro, Celeste, Miss Maya, Sayaka, Fat Togami, Mukuro, Leon. I needed that. But all I need is to proceed. Because we have a ton more to go. And I don't know when it's gonna end, or how it's gonna end, or who it's gonna end with, but to find that out, we gotta just proceed. Will these secret achievements hit? I don't know, they could. Those two could still hit, 100%. Monokid looks like he's on the verge of snapping. Genocide Jack's brain somehow turns her a little kinder. Pleasant. Alter Ego has now also lost his wish ring. The competitive advantage is now gone. Sato won't die like the others. Crazy Oko extra large hopes she doesn't have to harm anybody. Mitarai ponders about how best to use his wish ring, but the larger version, Mekamaru, wishes the Shirokuma would disappear. The wish ring shimmers for a second, and then... who is Shirokuma? I don't recall! Aiko sets down a trap. Interesting, I didn't know Aiko was a trap master. Yuta is very proud of his bikini. Kahaiji juggles with that grenade. Kinda wanted to use it. Will he? I don't know. The Red Gozu also wishes for marshmallows. They are delicious. Making s'mores all over the place. Ryoma wishes he wasn't here. That one hurt. Ryoma, you're gone. He never existed at all, but I'll always remember. He's still got a long way to go. Chihiro is thinking of plans to get out of here. Jin tries to kill the champ, but the champ, let me tell you, is dominant. Kills Jin instead. Kaito sneezes, all the sparkles coming from his wizard robe, making him levitate for a second. Kazuichi doesn't care much for this place. Nane Ashia, he just wants it to end already. Yasuke looks around for stuff to scrounge. Kurokuma is looking for an easy out. Gonta doesn't really understand what's happening. Ryoko thinks of a dark poem. Komaru is being adorable as always. Nahito is smart enough to disarm one of Aiko's traps. That's the trap master in action. Sakura wasn't looking and falls right off of a cliff. Rest in peace. Stewart Territory wishes he could go home. Hiroko challenges Nekamaru to a duel. Shockingly, Nekamaru bites the best. That nurse is best girl, and you know what that means. She is defeating Nekamaru in duels. Chisa wishes people would oh no. Chisa, why have you forsaken us? It seems the world has been made a softer place. Buckle up, guys. Junko seems unshaken by any of this. Usami finds a dapper suit. Monotaro wishes for an interesting accent. His wish ring shimmers for a second. Kizakura wearing leather scraps is a sight to behold. Monokuma wonders about the future. Totaro finds a lovely bikini, puts it on. Peko feels strong enough to handle anything. Toko snaps and she's frenzied. Mondo feels sorry for Yui and frees her from the trap. Makoto makes a wish. His wish ring is gone. Angie doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Shuichi ponders how best to use his wish ring. Justice Hammer 1 wonders about the future. Daisaku wishes for an interesting accent. Ruka wishes for some fried chicken. Okay. Corey in the house looks around maniacally, seething. Nagi saws cooking but genius idea. Monica looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Himiko wishes she wasn't here. Her wish ring shimmers for a second. Nobody seems to remember her at all. This is interesting because apparently that can still happen, so it might just be a battle of who's wishing for themselves to be gone. AI Gonta is being adorable as always. Nanokuma's wander off and get lost, never to be seen again. Izuyoi looks around for stuff to scrounge. Munakata twitches uncontrollably. Juzo won't die like the others. Kurumi hopes she doesn't have to harm anybody. Mew won't, or she tries to get others to notice her. Sonya ponders about how best to use her wish ring. Crazy Yoko isn't sure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her out. Fuiko steps on a trap. Tinko starts sobbing uncontrollably. Hafumi polishes his ancient scepter, making the magic orb shine. I'm low-key like wishing somebody just wishes to win the game. I don't know if that's an event, but I wish it was. If I had a wish ring. Monosuke finds us all below his concern. Tengen gets caught in one of Fuyuhiko's traps. Now all he can do is hope to be freed. Kokichi has a horrible feeling in his gut. Togami won't. Hopes they don't have to harm anybody. I guess everyone's doing that now since they're a little softer. Yui looks around for stuff to scrounge. Maki mopes around uselessly. Kibo, tactical combat gear. Taka is a caveman. Hina is adorable. Monofini ponders about that wish ring. Tsumugi is looking out for herself. Masaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Ibuki fails to grasp the gravity of the situation. Hajime hums a song to himself. Seiko snapped. Azuru won't die like the others. Chiaki feels sorry for Tengen, frees him from the trap. Taichi wants this to be over already. Gundam wasn't looking and fell off of a cliff. In a fit of frenzy, Monodam creeps up on Teru and kills him dead. That's also something we have to take into account. Everyone who has the frenzy has a stark advantage now. Oh my gosh, you did it too! Natsumi wishes people would get along. Her wish ring shimmers for a second and it seems the world has become a softer place. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mikan hopes to have to harm everybody. Takamichi ponders about how best to use that wish ring. Hiro spots something shiny in the distance. Kotoko finds a little bikini, puts it on. It's quite revealing. Pennyworth thinks about what he did to end up here. Madurai brothers are on the verge of snapping. We lost another lot. We are at 23 gone, 78 remain, and we have to give a Claire de Lune 4. Shirokuma, Ryoma, Jin, Sakura, Nekamaru, Himiko, Nanokumas, Gundam, Teru. I'm just gonna look because I know what this does. Yes, everyone has peaceful added to the end of their thing. Has no interest in violence, which is nuts, which is terrifying. How long will this go on? I don't know, but you guys probably will, looking at the scroll bar down there. Let's go on. Let's proceed, because it might be a long one. Grab your drinks, grab your popcorn. I'm sure I'm gonna have to be doing a whole lot of reading now. Thanks a lot, Natsumi, and who else? Chisa? It was Chisa. Alright, let's go next round. To round 3. Nagito wishes for bigger ears. Wish ring shimmers for a second. These aren't real glasses. He's got bigger ears now. We're calling Nagito is looking like Dumbo out here. Kizakura, wearing leather scraps, is a sight to behold. Kurokuma is looking for an easy out. Aiko's bad brain turns her a little kinder. Okay. Masaru doesn't feel strong enough to handle anything. Hina wishes she didn't have to harm anyone. Yasuke tries to make a wish. His wish ring is now gone. Komara wishes she wasn't here. She has eliminated herself from existence. Crazy Yoko extra large won't die like the others. Makoto doesn't feel prepared for any of this. I wasn't prepared. Kurumi wishes for a birthday cake. Happy birthday to you. It's not your birthday. Ooh. It's close to Gundam's, I guess. Yeah, it's close to Gundam's. Gundam's is the 14th? I think. Kazuichi tries to get others to notice him. Daisaku ponders how to best use that wish ring. Kotoko's proud of her. Bikini Gonta doesn't understand what's happening. Taka fell in a really bad way, breaking his neck. Hajime looks around for stuff to scrounge. Mikan gets cocky and dies from a stupid mistake. Fuyo sets on a trap. Minimaru is actually smart enough to disarm one of those traps. Togami finds us all below his concern. Kibo wishes he could go home. Monosuke is looking out only for himself. Monosuke stares into the distance. Chisa doesn't. Oh, hope she doesn't have to harm anybody. You don't. Corey looks around maniacally seething. Hifumi polishes an ancient scepter. Azuru won't give up so easily. Kaito wants to end already. Nagisa's cooking with genius idea. Jotaro's on the verge of snapping. Sonia ponders how to best use her wish ring. Chiaki hums a song to herself. Monokuma looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Munakata hopes to the harmony body. Junko tries to get others to notice her. Sato seems unshaken by any of this. Hiroko wishes it didn't have to kill anybody. Monophony is being adorable as always. Nani Chiaki ponders how best to use that wish ring. Mekamaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Tsumugi wishes she wasn't here. Wish ring shimmers. She doesn't exist. Lightbearer out of here. Pekka wishes for some cool facial hair. She already had some, so now her beard is just beefier. Alter Ego wants us to be over already. Pennyworth spots him to China in the distance. Takamichi stares into the distance. The Great Gozu makes a wish. He tries to at least. Rancid smoke. Angry crackling. That wish ring is out of here. Shuichi hopes to enter the harmony body. Taichi wishes for a garden salad, also staying healthy this holiday season. Juzo sets down a trap. Genocide Jack's brain turns her into an absolute pain to deal with. Justice Hammer 1 gets caught in one of Juzo's traps. Now all he do is hope to be freed. Mew is cooking up a genius idea. Ibuki finds some leather scraps and she is now rocking out as a cave rock star. Tengen finds a lovely bikini and puts it on. It's quite revealing. We don't want to venture on that one. We don't want to tread on that one for too long. Monotaro doesn't really understand what's happening. Hero feels sorry for Justice Hammer 1, and Justice Hammer 1's fancy hat takes him out of that trap. Usami eats something she shouldn't have, dies of horrible stomach pains. Izuyoi wants to kill never ever again. Never ever again. Monodam looks around maniacally seething, and speaking of seething and maniacal, Juzo's up there. Haiji snaps, and Haiji's now frenzied. Seiko's frenzy dies down. Yuda's looking good in that bikini. Ruka tries to get others to notice her. Mondo ponders how to best use his wish ring. AI Gonta is being adorable as always. Ryoko isn't sure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her hair out. Maki thinks of a dark poem. The Madorais put on a dapper suit. They are so fetching right now. Crazy Yoko twiddles her thumbs. Monika's looking for an easy out. Angie hopes to get up the harmony body. Natsumi seems unshaken by any of this. Toko looks around maniacally seething. Yue finds Tako with combat gear. Chihiro thinks of plans to get out of here. Tenko is determined to survive this, and Kokichi also wishes for world peace. We lost 5. Let's get a Clarinet Loon for those 5. Komaru, Taka, Mikon, Tsumugi, Usami. We gotta go on. We have to proceed. I can't do anything about this. We just have to keep going. Things are just gonna go down. I'm sure it'll be a lot of accidents, or ceasing to exist, or stupid mistakes. We have to keep going. We have to proceed. We have an actual kill down there. Kotoko also loses her wish ring. Although, at this point in time, losing the wish ring might be the best thing for you, because you won't be able to wish yourself out of existence. If we're being completely honest, Shuichi somehow finds a suit of medieval armor. Pennyworth starts sobbing uncontrollably. Daisaku finds some leather scraps. Angie wishes for a cheeseburger. She gets that. It's delicious. Masaru sizes his muscles. Natsumi ponders about how best to use her wish ring in a fit of frenzy. Corey creeps up on Alter Ego, turns him inside out. Justice Hammer 1 has a horrible feeling in their gut. Ryoko's bad brain takes her to an even stranger place, and now she's more unstable than ever before. Nane Achiaki hopes she doesn't have to harm anybody. Yasuke spots something shiny in the distance. Fuyiko wishes for an interesting accident, and now he's got one. Tenko is determined to survive this. She came prepared! The Madorais watch the blood off of their dapper suit. Mew tries to get others to notice her. Genocide Jack twitches uncontrollably. Monophony does something really cute. Hina wishes he never to kill anybody. You probably don't. You probably don't. Shiro's cooking up a genius idea. Togami feels protected by his wealth. Crazy Yoko's feeling particularly erratic today. Monokid trips and falls in a really bad way, breaking his neck. Raging Fury grasping his chest. Haiji's frenzy grows so overpowering that his heart gives out. Monika disappears for a while. She comes back with a wizard robe. Don't tell Hajime he can't really hurt you right now because he's feeling pretty peaceful. Shirakuma's gone. Juzo sets down a trap and Nagisa gets caught in it. Chiaki hums a song to herself. I just saw it down here immediately. Kazuichi's just down here letting people out of traps. He's really, I feel like he's just in a good mood after yesterday. Mini Mario ponders how best to use his wish ring. Monodam looks around maniacally seething. Monosuke is looking out only for himself. Yui is menacing in her combat gear. Aiko lost her wish ring. Hajime doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Kazuichi feels sorry for Nagisa, frees him from the trap. Mekamaru sizes his muscles. Yuta looks good in that bikini. Takamichi twiddles his thumbs. Kaito looks around for stuff to scrounge. We're getting a lot of orange for some peace. Taichi wishes he could go home. Ruka wishes for a rubber ducky. You're the one. You make bath time so much fun. Is that Sesame Street? Oh, that's stuck with me for generations, goodness gracious. Gonta fails to grasp the gravity of the situation. Kibo trips and falls in a really bad way, and he malfunctions. He's out of here. Sato is determined to survive this. Peko finds Lola bikini, puts it on, quite revealing. Munakata snaps. He's frenzied. Tengen wishes he wasn't here. Whispering shimmers for a second. Nobody seems to remember him. Izuyoi feels horrible for what he did. Very Gozu not prepared for any of this. Chiso ponders about how best to use that wish ring. Monotaro wishes for bigger ears. He gets them. I don't know why. That just seems real dumb. Hiroko tries to get us to notice her. Izuru sets on a trap. Monokuma looks for an easy out. Kurokuma gets caught in one of Izuru's traps. All he can do is hope to be freed. Jotaro twitches uncontrollably. Crazy Yoko is just humming a song to herself. Cause it's so peaceful right now. Ibuki doesn't really understand what's happening. Peace is that's what's happening, Ibuki. Nagito seems unshaken by any of this. Mondo finds some leather scraps and he is riding high in those leather scraps. Kizukura lost his wish ring as well. Junko hopes she doesn't harm anybody, which is like the opposite of Junko usually. Maki thinks of a dark poem. In a fit of frenzy, Toko creeps up on the great Gozu, slaughters him. Sonya feels sorry for Kurokuma, frees him from the trap. Seiko spots something shiny in the distance. Kurumi ponders about how best to use her wish ring. Kokichi wishes for some fried chicken at his KFC Kokichi fried chicken. Hifumi polishes his ancient scepter, making the magic orb shine. Hiro has a horrible feeling in his gut. AI Gonta is being adorable as always, and Makoto doesn't feel prepared for any of this. We lost 6 this time. We are making our way through, and we are going to get there with a Claire de Lune 4. Alter Ego, Monica, Haiji, Kibo, Tengen, The Great Gozu. Another 6. We still have 67. We're not halfway through. We still have a ways to go, in the words of our homie, Ryoma, who's not here anymore. But you know who is here? These people, as we click proceed. Oh, this is so peaceful. Oh, goodness gracious. Go, but there's some death down there. Ruka doesn't care much for this place. Madorai brothers wash the blood out of their dapper suit. Nakamaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Chisa seems unshaken by any of this. Seiko is on the verge of snapping. Fuiko won't die like the others. Kizukura is wearing leather scraps as a sight to behold. Corey in the house looks around maniacally seething. Mondo ponders about how best to use his wish ring. Monofini stares into the distance. Minimaru doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Justice Hammer 1 finds some leather scraps. Now, in addition to that head, he's looking as dapper as the dapperest caveman of all time. Takemichi sizes his muscles. Pekka looks really good in that bikini. Nagito sets down a trap, and Chiaki stumbles right into it. Oh no, I hate this. I hate this. This is bad. Nagito sets the trap, and Chiaki gets caught in it. That hurts. Taichi is cooking up a genius idea. Kazuichi wishes for an interesting accent. AI Gonta wishes he wasn't here. AI Gonta has disappeared. Yasuke gets mauled by wild animals. Angie feels horrible for what she did. Daisaku saves Chiaki from that trap. Monica. Monokuma. Okay. Sneezes from all the sparkles coming out of her wizard robe, making her levitate for a few seconds. Yuya spots something shiny in the distance. Monokuma looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Ryoko isn't sure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her out. Yui is pondering about how best to use her wish ring. Izuyoi just wants it to end already. If Hifumi grasps the gravity of the situation, he fails to do so. Monotaro wishes people would get along. Everyone just wants this to be a peaceful game for some reason. Hiroko doesn't care much for those places. Shuichi twiddles his thumbs. Hina does something really cute. Chihiro hopes that I'm a harmony body. Makoto thinks about what he did to end up here. Mew is cooking a genius idea. However, in a fit of frenzy, Toko's like, I don't care if you guys don't want to kill each other. I'll do the lot of it, as Kazuichi is turned inside out. Ibuki wonders how best to use her wish ring. Sony doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Masaru sizes his muscles. Monosuke feels protected by his wealth. Pennyworth wishes for some pizzas. What a good guy. Pizzas for everybody. Crazy Yoko gets cocky and dies from a stupid mistake. Hajime looks around for stuff to scrounge. Kindness seems to leave Aiko's shifting personality. Gonta doesn't really understand what's happening. Yasuhiro hums a song to himself. Togami ponders about how best to use his wish ring. Juzo won't die like the others. Izuru seems unshaken by any of this. Monodam looks around maniacally seething. Genocide Jack's bad brain saps her will to live. Nagisa is thinking of plans to get out of here. Kokichi is looking for an easy out. Naneai Chiaki finds a suit full of medieval armor. Kurokuma is now a caveman. Jotaro snaps in a fit of frenzy. Munakata creeps up on Peko, snapping her neck. Rest in peace to her. Natsumi hopes she's up in a harmony body. Katoko's being adorable as always. Maki wishes she can go home. Tenko makes a wish. Her wish ring is emitting rancid smoke. She has to toss to the ground, but it's okay because she came prepared. Karumi finds a dapper suit and puts it on. It's rather fetching. Crazy Yoko eats something she shouldn't have, dies of horrible stomach pain. Sato sets a trap. Kaito spots something shiny in the distance. And Junko, our other light bearer, wishes she wasn't here. She's like, this is too peaceful for me, and she bails. There's still 60 remain, but we lost 41. And we're still just over probably like a half hour through. Let's go ahead and get a clear day loot. 4. AI Gonta. Yasuke. Kazuichi. Crazy Yoko Extra Large. Peko. Crazy Hyoko. Junko. And thus there are no light bearers. And there's still 60 folk remaining. So I won't dilly and we won't dally because it's a game that we can't do that in. Let's go to the next round. Let's see what goes on. Monokuma wishes for some pizza, and he will slice it perfectly with his claws. Yui looks menacing in her combat gear. Karumi twiddles her thumbs. Monodam looks for his next victim. Nanaya Chiaki ponders about how best to use her wish ring. Juzo sizes his muscles. Chiaki gets caught in one of Sato's traps. Now all she can do is hope to be free. Chiaki, you have been getting caught left and right. In a fit of frenzy, Cory in the house KOs Ryoko. Hiroko doesn't care much for this place. Monica wishes for some really nice eyebrows. The people's eyebrow has returned. Monica is up there with the nice eyebrows, and Makoto hosted up in a harmony body. Sato won't die like the others. The Madurai brothers are on the verge of snapping. Gonta fails to grasp the gravity of the situation. Natsumi feels sorry for Chiaki, who got trapped by her tag team partner. Frees her from the trap. Taichi is cooking Virginia's idea. Nagisa wishes he wasn't here. His wish ring shimmers and that boy is now gone. Kizakura spots something shiny in the distance. Migon's gone. Mekamaru has a horrible feeling as Togami finds us all below his concern. Jotaro looks around maniacally seething. Hina is being adorable as always. Monotaro seems unshaken by any of this. Chisa eats something she shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pains. Rest in peace. You caused this, Chisa. This was your fault. Even though 2 other people did the same thing. Monofini ponders how best to use that wish ring. Pennyworth wishes for some pizza. Sonia hopes she has a harmony body. Kotoko looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Minimaru won't give up so easily. Yuta looks around for stuff to scrounge. Izuyoi never wants to kill anyone ever again. Haruka tries to get others to notice, or maybe her boo-jank, as the kids say nowadays. Probably not anymore. I'm not hip with the lingo. I'm old man Avi. Kokichi tries to make a wish. His wish ring is now gone. Hiro wishes he wasn't here, and he's no longer here anymore. Hajime wonders about the future. Miu is thinking of plans to get out of here in a fit of frenzy. Munakata creeps up on Aiko and slaughters her. Fuihiko wishes for a longer nose. He's now Pinocchio-ing out here. Chihiro does something really cute. Nagito sets down a trap. Daisaku gets caught in that trap as Shuichi puts on a dapper suit. Takamichi sizes his muscles. Kaito ponders about how best to use that wish ring. Masaru feels sorry for Daisaku, frees him from the trap. Izuru is looking out only for himself. Mondo is wearing leather straps and is a sight to behold. Seiko's on the verge of snapping. Justice Hammer 1 hopes he has a harmony body because he might mess up his fantastic hat. Tinko is wearing leather straps, but she came prepared. Angie wonders about the future. Genocide Jack calms down, understanding that they're not that interesting. Oh, Genocide Jack, oh no. Ibuki just wants it to end already. Kurakuma is looking for an easy out. Monosuke is protected by his wealth, or at least he feels that way. Toko looks for her next victim. Hifumi polishes that scepter again, and Maki thinks of a dark poem. Another 5 are gone, 55 remain. Can we get a Claire de Lune 4? Ryoko. Nagisa. Chisa. Hiro. Aiko. I'm switching. It's rapid fire. Next round. Angie never wants to KO anyone ever again. Hiroko is now being best girl with the best garden salad of all time. Something inside of Seiko snaps. She's now frenzied. That's a danger. Mekamaru sizes his muscles. Natsumi ponders how to best use that wish ring. Toko does something really adorable. Nagito won't give up so easily. In a fit of frenzy, Jotaro creeps up on the rich boy. Togami kills him dead. Chiaki hopes to have a harmony buddy. Yuta looks really good in that bikini. Monofini twiddles her thumbs. Minimaru sets down a trap. Monotaro doesn't really understand what's happening. Karumi gets caught in one of Minimaru's traps. Now all she can do is hope to be freed. Daisaku does free her later on, but Shuichi acts cool in his dapper suit. Makoto still not prepared for any of this. Justice Hammer 1 wishes that they weren't here anymore. Justice Hammer 1 has been in the dust, but we don't remember him. Or them, rather. I don't know the gender of Justice Hammer 1. Izuru tries to make a wish. Daisaku feels sorry for Kurumi, frees her from the trap. Genocide Jack can't take it anymore. Jack has ended her own life. Jack, oh no. The Madurai brothers twitch uncontrollably. Hajime spots something shiny in the distance. Will he ever get his wizard robe? Now would be the day to get it. Tinko never wants to kill anyone ever again, and she's still prepared to win. Yui ponders how to best use that wish ring. Kokichi looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Taichi finds a lovely bikini. You in this bikini this season, Taichi, I swear. Izuyoi wonders about the future. Sato, unshaken by any of this. Kizakura wearing leather scraps. Pennyworth wants it to end already. Kaito shaking his sleeves, 1,000 tiny animals fall out. Masaru eats something he shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pain. Rest in peace to him. Monosuke finds all below his concern. Fuyuhiko won't die like the others. Munakata looks for his next victim, Gonta. Finds some tactical combat gear. Nane Aichiaki proudly in the knight's armor. Mondo sizes his muscles. Shiro cooking up a genius idea. Hina does something cute. Hifumi polishes scepter. Monokuma doesn't prepare for any of this. Maki wishes that this was all over. She wants it to be all over already. Haruka doesn't care much for this place. In a fit of frenzy, Toko makes sure that Hajime will never find his wizard robe again and snaps his neck. Takemichi ponders about how best to use his wish ring. Monica looks for an easy out. Ryu has a horrible feeling in her gut. Cory in the house looks around maniacally, seeing Ibuki wishes for an interesting accent. That seems like a really Ibuki wish. In a fit of frenzy, Monodam creeps upon Juzo, snaps his neck. Kurokuma doesn't feel prepared for any of this, and Sonya ponders how best to use that wish ring. We are at 49. We are finally past. We're finally past the halfway point. Didn't think we'd ever get here, but we did. And we have to keep on hitting this rapid fire because it's a Clear Day Lune 4. Togami. Justice Hammer 1. Genocide Jack. Masaru. Hajime. Juzo. That was a pretty bloody day. For world peace, of course. Well, we lost 6. Yeah, that's bloody for world peace. But who will win this very peaceful game? I don't know. What round are we at? Are we at like 8? We are at 8. As Izuyoi looks for stuff to scratch, Nana Aichiaki feels horrible. That chest in her feeling at least feels horrible. Monosuke looking out only for himself. Kurumi looks for an easy out. Mondo sizes his muscles. Nagito sets down a trap. The pile of flesh that used to be Kazuichi drives with maggots. Cory is looking maniacally. Seething. Yue wishes for a chicken dinner. That's the first time I think we've seen that one too. And she gets it. She's gonna be well fed this round. Monotaro, let me tell you, has donned his medieval armor. The small knight is ready to kick some butt. Komaru's gone. Tenko's wearing leather scraps. Kotoko looks good in the bikini. Mikan, gone. Shuichi wishes he didn't have to kill anybody. You might not have to. Someone's already made that wish. 3 people have. Monofuni gets caught in one of Nagito's trap, the trap master. What can you do? All you can do is hope to be free. Kurokuma wishes, or tries to make a wish. Wish ring is gone for him now too. Pennyworth is determined to survive this. Hiroko tries to get others to notice her. Monokuma hopes he doesn't harm anybody. The great Gozu is gone. Ruka feels sorry for the pink bear, frees her from the trap. Takamichi wishes he wasn't here anymore and is gone. In a fit of frenzy, Toko creeps up on Chihiro, rest in peace, turns him inside out. Chiaki stares into the distance. Hina does something really cute. Fuyuhiko ponders about how best to use his wish ring. Munakata looks around maniacally, seething. Hifumi fails to grasp the gravity of the situation, and in a turn of events, the second time we've seen this, it's a chicken dinner, and Angie wishes for it. Kaito spots something shiny in the distance. Something inside of the Madurai brothers snap. The Madurai brothers are now frenzied. That is dangerous. We have a couple of frenzied characters now. Sato wishes for a really cool facial hair. It wasn't quite as cool as Pekko's because she doubled down on it, but it's still looking real good. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way of your horn playing. Taichi is thinking of plans to get out of here. Monodam looks around maniacally, seeing Mekamaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Maki moves around uselessly. Gonta looks around, menacing in his combat gear. He looks around and he's like, "Who dareth messeth with me?" Minimaru gets cocky and dies from a stupid mistake. Yuta hopes that doesn't harm anybody. The pile of flesh used to be Cannon is gone. Sonya stares into the distance. Monica is unshaken by any of this. Mew doesn't care much for this place. Daisaku eats something he shouldn't have, dies of horrible stomach pains in the fit of frenzy. Itaro creeps up on the reunited Monotaro, turns him inside out. Izuru won't give up so easily. Natsumi ponders how to best use her wish ring. Kizakura looks for stuff to scrounge. Kokichi looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Ibuki doesn't understand what's happening. Seiko looks for her next victim, and Makoto hopes he doesn't have to harm anyone. 44 left. 44 remain. Shall we get a Clear Day Lune? I think we have to. Takamichi. Chihiro. Minimaru. Daisaku. Monotaro. 44 remain. Don't know who's gonna win. And I cannot dilly and I cannot dally. We just have to keep going because it's going to be long as we go to the next round. Oh goodness, we started off with 3 deaths. That's nuts for this, apparently. Round 9, Chiaki, who I said she knows how to win peaceful games, and this is in her favor now. Quite revealing, puts on a bikini. Pile of flesh used to be Daisaku decaying peacefully. In a bit of frenzy, Madurai brothers creep up on Gon to slaughter him. Rest in peace to the good boy. Monica, medieval armor, puts it on, gleams, dazzling shine, Knight Monica. Makoto thinks about what he did up here. Toko looks for her next victim. Hiroko, best girl, wishes she wasn't best girl, wishes she wasn't even here anymore, now she's gone. In a fit of frenzy, Monogam creeps up on Kokichi and slaughters him rest in peace to Helu Hifumi. Polishes that ancient scepter. Ibuki, wearing leather scraps as a side to behold, Nagito sets down another trap and Taichi just wants it to be over already. Kaito, who's still in, hope it didn't jinx him, could win this peaceful game. Just wants it to end already. Kurokuma gets caught in one of Nagito's traps. What a stupid mistake, he should have known better. Koi in the house gets cocky, dodged from a stupid mistake. Miu feels sorry for Kurokuma, frees him from the trap. Sato tries to make a wish. Wish ring amidst a rancid suppose she is out of wish ring now. Monokuma is unshaken by any of this. Sonya also wishes for a chicken dinner. It's apparently a very popular item. I hope they're not wishing. I hope these wishes are not coming from Avi's Wares and Despair. We don't got a ton of chickens. We might have to restock. Better not be coming from there. Wish ring, I need to look at your locate. You can't. Hina wishes she didn't have to kill anybody. You probably don't have to. Yui practices a strategic move in her combat gear. Izzy ponders how to best use his wish ring. Shirakuma's gone. Mondo feels strong enough to handle anything. Angie catches a corner in the glow of her eyes, and she has discovered an ancient scepter. That might be a game changer. Monofini does something really cute. Pennyworth won't die like the others. Taka's gone. Kizakura looks around for stuff to scrounge. Shuichi wishes for a shorter nose. Surprisingly enough, his wish ring shimmers, and now his nose is normal size, I guess. Tinko hopes she doesn't have to harm anybody. You won't, because you came prepared. Fuyiko has a horrible feeling in his gut. Katoko looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Seiko looks for her next victim. Natsumi seems unshaken by any of this. Mekamaru wishes he wasn't here, and now he is gone. He is not here anymore. In a fit of frenzy, Mudakata creeps up on Natsumi, turns her inside out, rest in peace to her. Yuta wonders about how best to use the wish ring. Azuru won't give up so easily. Kurumi doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Jotaro looks for his next victim. Monosuke feels protected by his wealth. Nani Achiaki wishes for some cookies, some Christmas cookies. They are bound to be delicious. Ruka tries to get others to notice her. Tengen's gone, and Maki thinks of a dark poem as we lost 6. We are at 38. We are getting so close to a normal game, and it won't even be normal. But what is normal is this Claire de Lune 4. Gonta, Hiroko, Kokichi, Kori, Mekamaru, Natsumi. 38. We're despite it being peaceful, we're still making it at a pretty decent rate. I won't lie. That's all I gotta say. But it's still gonna take a while. You see down. You see the length of that bar. You see how long this is? It's gonna take a while. Let's go ahead and go to the next round. We gotta proceed. Oh, best bad. Oh no. Angie polishes that ancient scepter at the start of round 10. The perfect 10. Tinko wearing leather scraps is decided to behold. Zuru finds medieval armor, puts it on, gleams, dazzling shine. Monofini tries to make a wish. No longer has a wish ring. In a fit of frenzy, Monodam creeps up on Taichi, slaughters him. Yui looking menacing in that combat gear. Hina is being adorable as always. Monica wonders about the future. Kurokuma gets mauled by wild animals. Rest in peace to him. Nagisa, his corpse is decaying, decomposing silently. Fuiko ponders about how to best use that wish ring. Azioi finds some leather scraps, enough to patch together some rudimentary clothing. Nana Achiaki looks glorious, absolutely glorious, in that knight's armor. Kizakura looks around for stuff to scrounge. Kurumi looks amazing in her dapper suit. Miu is thinking of plans to get out of here. Maki wishes she could go home, panting like a wild beast, her eyes bulging out. Toko's frenzy grows so overpowering that her heart gives out. Rest in peace to her. Both halves of her are now gone. Makoto starts sobbing uncontrollably. Did that one really upset you? I understand, Makoto, I understand. Pennyworth sets down a trap. Someone's gonna get caught, I'm certain. Kibo's dead. Katoko looks out only for herself. Jotaro's looking for his next victim. Ibuki doesn't understand what's happening. It's world peace, Ibuki. It's world peace. Kaito shakes his wizard sleeves, taunting Hajime from beyond the grave. Hajime looking from beyond the grave, just shaking his head like, oh, it should have been me. It should have been me. Seiko gets mauled by wild animals. Yuta gets caught in Pennyworth traps, and then Mondo's like, don't worry, bro, I got you. He had him. Monokuma was looking out only for himself. Monosuke wishes he wasn't here, and now he's gone. In a frenzy, nobody had Kaito's back though, because he's gone. He's turned inside out. With a flick of his ancient scepter, Fumi turns Mew into a sheep. Uh-oh. Dominant Mew? Uh-oh. Undisputed Mew? Uh-oh. Munakata looks around maniacally, seeing Sonya hopes she doesn't have to harm anyone. Nagito wishes for a shorter nose. His nose is now shorter. He's no Pinocchio. Sato is determined to survive this. Ruka wishes that people would get along. They already are, Ruka, don't you worry. I wonder if that just adds like another chunk of peaceful. Chiaki flaunts her bikini. Mukuro's gone, and Shuichi gently pets Miu, who is a sheep. That's probably the most wholesome thing that's happened, even though this game has been completely wholesome. The title's gonna be a completely wholesome Hunger Games. Quote me on it. A Claire de Lune 4. Taichi. Kurakuma. Toko. Seiko. Monosuke. Kaito. 32 remains, 69 gone. Nice. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna proceed. There's still a ton to get through. We're still rapid firing until at least we get to our saving grace picks. Let's go ahead and see what transpires on round 11 Pennyworth. Wonders about the future of Monokuma. Ponders how to best use that Wish Ring. Yui is downright tactical, still in that combat gear. Izuru seems unshaken by any of this. Mondo sizes his muscles. Cannon's gone. Izuyoi puts on a lowly bikini, trying to carry on for Taichi's sake. Hifumi polishes his ancient scepter. Kurumi looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Ruka doesn't care much for this place. Monaco wishes for a delicious steak. Everybody's just feasting. Everyone's just feasting in these games with these wish rings. Fuyiko sets on a trap. Yuta looks for someone, looks for round for stuff to scrounge. Sato is smart enough to disarm one of Fuyiko's traps. Brilliance. Brilliance of the Horn Bearer. Miu as a sheep grazes peacefully. Angie does something really cute. Nana Chiaki finds some leather scraps, and everyone's just cavemaning out. Munakata looks around maniacally, seething. Genocide Jack's lifeless body putrefies peacefully. Makoto hopes after harmony body. Nagito is determined to survive this. Kizakura gets mauled by wild animals. Kotoko hums a song to herself. Shuichi wishes after harmony body. Monopani does something really cute in a fit of frenzy. The champ is gone. Jotaro creeps up and turns her inside out. That's it. That's it. Everyone else wins. That's the end of the game. We gotta get ourselves a winner. Maki thinks of a dark poem. Tenko sizes her muscles, but she came prepared. Junko's gone, so is Natsumi. Chiaki also gently pets Miu, who is a sheep. It's just gonna be some nice times. Everyone's petting Miu. That's cute. That's adorable. Ibuki's wearing leather scraps. Sonia no longer has her wish ring because it's emitting a rancid smoke. She tosses it, crackling angry sparkles. Monodam's looking around, maniacally seething, and in a fit of frenzy, the Madurai brothers creep up on Shuichi and snap his neck. We lost another 3. We've entered the 20s, 29 remain, 72 gone, and a Claire de Lune 4. Kizakura. Hina. Shuichi. We're close to a standard size game. Even though this has been completely peaceful, we're close. But we have to carry on. We have to carry on to round 12. And as we see Miu's a sheep, she bows peacefully, bows softly, she's so nice. Ruka ponders how best to use her wish ring. Maki wishes she could go home. Jotaro's frenzy finally dies down. Yuta looks good in that bikini. He is the best bikini boy, apparently. Makoto hopes he has her harmony body. Pennyworth looks around for stuff to scratch. Yui wishes she wasn't here and now she is gone. Rest in peace. She doesn't get much opportunity. She might end up on a tag team next time from Danganronpa Kirigiri. Mondo. No, not Mondo. Monodam looks around maniacally seething. Raging fury grasping their chest, the Madurai brothers' frenzy grows so overpowering that their hearts give out. Ibuki just wants it to end already. Fuyiko wishes for a really cool facial here. He's no longer a baby face anymore. He's got the beard of a behemoth. Hiroko's gone. Nagito seems unshaken by any of this. Sato gets cocky. She was like, I'm a horn bearer, I got this in the bag. She dies from a stupid mistake. Izuru. Caveman Izuru. Monokuma looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Nana Chiaki thinks about what she did to end up here. Karumi ponders about how best to use her wish ring. Cannon's gone. Mondo, tactical combat gear. Monopony, suit of medieval armor. Leon is dead. Flick of the ancient scepter. Angie turns Izuru into a sheep. Sonia wishes or hopes she doesn't have harmony body. She might have to. Tenko won't die like the others. Izzy is looking around for stuff to scrounge. Yasuke's corpse is writhing with maggots. Ifumi fails to grasp the gravity situation. Kotoko does something really cute. Munakata looks around maniacally. Seething, Monica shakes her wizard sleeves. Thousands upon thousands of tiny animals fly out and Chiaki gets mauled by wild animals. That is unfortunate. That was my pick. And there's 25 remaining. Almost a standard size game. We're getting so close. But we're not there yet. So let's hit a Claire de Lune 4. Yui. Madurai brothers. Sato. Chiaki. We're close. This has been... I think in preseason there was an episode called Battle of Attrition. This is the real Battle of Attrition. We gotta keep going. We're around 12 now, I believe? No, we're at 13. Unlucky 13. Things might go down here. Tenko sets down a trap because she came prepared. If she wins, I will go nuts. I really will. Angie follows some sparkles. She has a magic wand and an ancient scepter. Angie's the most dangerous character in the game right now, and a fit of frenzy, Monodam creeps up on the frenzied Jotaro and kills him dead. Sonya gets caught in one of Tenko's traps. Sonya just wasn't prepared. Togami putrefies peacefully. Sakura is also dead. Maki wishes for a garden salad. She feasts on that salad. It's delicious. Drizzle a little armor oil on that one. It's gonna taste delicious. Looking at you, Flame and Ferdinand. Hifumi polishes his ancient scepter, making the magic orb shine. Izuyoi wishes he didn't have to kill anyone. Ibuki wearing leather scraps is a sight to behold. Makoto twiddles his thumbs. Ruka feels sorry for Sonya, frees her from the trap. Nane Achiaki stands proudly in her knight's armor. Nagito seems unshaken by any of this. Yuta ponders how to best use his wish ring. Mew is a sheep and glances a sad look in her eyes. Pennyworth hopes he's after the Harmony body. Monokuma disappears for a while, and now he has a wizard robe. Mew is pet gently by Monofini. It's a beautiful moment. Mew is just getting all the pets. Maybe Mew is best girl. The flesh that used to be Maya is writhing with maggots. Monica looks for someone dumb enough to believe for Fuiko. Finds a suit of medieval armor. Katoko's proud of her bikini. Still, she's been proud for so long, and I guess she has the right to be Azuru. Is a sheep and grazes peacefully. When did Azuru get turned into a sheep? When did that? I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember. How long has he been a sheep? Kurumi has a horrible feeling in her chest. Munakata looks around for his next victim, and Mondo practices his strategic moves in his combat armor. We only lost one, but it takes us to a classic 24-size game. So a Claire de Lune 4. Jotaro. Let's just go on. There's still 24 left, and we've seen it before. It might just be one a day. Like, look, nothing here, but we are seeing what we've seen in the past. Sheep galore. Kurumi ponders how best to use her wish ring at the start of round 14. Yuta knows how to win this game, apparently. Finds an ancient scepter as soon as possible because he saw out of the corner of his other eye Hifumi turning Makoto into a sheep. Ruka tries to get others to notice her. Samugi's gone. Sonya doesn't, or hopes she doesn't harm anybody. Mondo feels strong enough to handle anything. Chitaro's gone. Nagito won't give up so easily. Izuyoi wishes for cool facial hair. He gets it, I'm sure. Izuyoi is looking great in his facial hair. Pennyworth is gone. Wishes he wasn't here. Wish ring shimmers. Nobody remembers him. Not a soul. Pennyworth, no. Katoko's being adorable as always. Monodam looks around maniacally seething. Nane Achiaki wonders about the future. Monica sneezes and all the sparkles make her levitate for a second. In a bit of frenzy, Munakata, who's one of our only frenzied people left, creeps up on Hifumi and snaps his neck. Goodness gracious. Mew's a sheep doesn't do much. Fuiko steps in a trap. The traps, well, everyone's peaceful, but not everyone's kind. So the traps could come in handy. Mitarai decays silently, so does Kizakura. Monofini hopes she after the Harmony body. Crazy Oak martial art is gone. Makoto's a sheep, boss softly. Maki mopes around uselessly. Monokuma's only looking out for himself. Ibuki finds a dapper suit. Angie waves her magic wand around, something sparkles everywhere. Azuru as a sheep grazes peacefully, and Tenko sizes her muscles, but she came prepared. But these two didn't. A Claire de Lune 4. Pennyworth. Hifumi. I don't know about you, but I didn't expect it to take this long to get to 22. In fact, it hasn't been that long, but we gotta proceed. Because it's gonna go down. How is it gonna go down? I don't know. But Sonya's in a trap again, Fuyuhiko's trap. All she can do is hope to be freed. Mondo, wearing leather scraps inside to behold. Zioi sobs quietly. Angie polishes that ancient scepter, making the magic orb shine. Kaito is gone. Monokuma looks for someone dumb enough to believe him. Nane Achiaki ponders about how best to use her wish ring. Togami is gone. Monica tries to make a wish. She no longer has a wish ring. Ya-oh for her. Izuru is a sheep, wanders too far, becoming food for the wild beast. Rest in peace. Katoko's still being adorable. Monofini gently pets Mew, who's a sheep. She's just getting all the pets, which has been fine. Mudokata looks around maniacally seething. Kurokuma's gone, so is Ryoko, so is Kazuichi. Yuta spots something shiny in the distance. Jitaro's gone. Nagito won't give up so easily. Mitsurai's gone. Ruka feels sorry for Sonya, frees her from the trap. Ibuki fails to grasp the gravity of the situation. Mew is a sheep, grazes peacefully. Kurumi has a horrible feeling in her gut. Monodam knows how this has played out before, makes sure it won't play out the same way again as Monica's neck is snapped by Monodam. Tenko wishes she didn't have to kill anyone, but if she does, she came prepared. Makoto is a sheep boss softly. Fuyiko wishes for a rubber ducky. I guess it's bath time. As Maki wishes this to be over, she wants it to be over already. We're at 20, 10 more, finally until your saving grace picks. It took a while, but we got there. The final 20. A Clear Day Loon 4. Izuru. Monica. And this is truly the most wholesome. The wholesome games, not the Hunger Games, it's the wholesome games. 1000%. But how will it play out? We have 20 left. They're about to fall like dominoes, one by one probably, as we go next round. Maybe even not one by one, they might go 0-0-1. As we start round 16, Monofini doesn't roll prepare for any of this. Monokuma seems unshaken by any of it as well. Usami's gone. The 3 bears starting off. I guess Usami's a bunny. I take it back. I apologize, Usami. Izue wishes for a longer nose. Maki has found medieval armor. She might be dangerous. Makoto is a sheep, grazes peacefully. Munakata looks for his next victim. Sonia pets Makoto, who is a sheep. That's the sheep wrangler in action. Ibuki, wearing leather scraps, is designed to behold. Kurumi acts cool in her dapper suit. Miu is a sheep, grazes peacefully. Ryoko decays silently. Aiko, writhing with maggots. Kotoko looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. With a flick of her ancient scepter, turns the sheep wrangler into a sheep herself. Monodam looks around maniacally seething. Tinko sets on a trap. Mondo sizes his muscles. Yuta, wearing leather scraps. Thought he already had them. At this point, I just kind of figure everyone who's left has leather scraps. Ruka doesn't care much for this place. Monotaro rots peacefully. Nagito ponders how best to use the wish ring. Fuyuko stands proudly in his knight's armor. Nane Aichiaki wishes she wasn't here, and thus the wish ring grants the wish. And it's still rapid fire mode, because it is still world peace, and it is a Clear Day Loon for just the one. Non-AI Chiaki. In this battle of attrition, we cannot stop. We cannot wait. We must go on. 9 more until your saving grace picks. We'll get there. We'll get there maybe soon, maybe so. Round 17, Mahiru's gone. Tinko won't die like the others. She's prepared, but not prepared for this. Or Izue wasn't, as Izue gets caught in one of Tinko's traps because she was prepared. Kurumi wonders about the future. Munakata looks around maniacally, seething. Miu is a sheep, doesn't do much. Maki thinks of a dark poem. Sonia glances away, a sad look in her eyes. Ruka feels sorry for Izue, frees him from the trap. Ibuki sobbing uncontrollably. Fit of frenzy, Monodam creeps up on Angie, turns her inside out. She is out of here. Monofini does something really cute. Makoto's the sheep, doesn't do much. Kotoko flaunts her bikini. Pennyworth is gone. Mondo is still here. Hopes doesn't have to harm anybody. Fuyuko wishes for bigger ears. He is now flapping those big ears too. Yuta polishes his ancients after making the magic rope shine. It is the season of the Asahinas. Don't count that man's out. Monokuma's looking out later for herself, and Nagito ponders about how best to use his wish ring, which he still has. Having it after 17 rounds, kind of impressive at this point, but for right now. Also, a beautiful moment, Ruka and Izue. A quick Clear Day Loon 4. Angie. The Divine Knight is out of here. But we can't wait on that. We still have 8 more to get through. It is peaceful. It is the wholesome games. And at the start of 18, Izue is looking around for stuff to scrounge. Monofini stares into the distance. Makoto, still a sheep, doesn't do much. Yuta, wearing leather scraps, is a sight to behold. Sonia's a sheep too. Munakata looks around maniacally, seething. Tinko sets down a trap. Maki wants us to be over already. Mondo practices some strategic moves in his combat gear. Nagito won't die like the others. Monokuma sneezes. The wizard robe makes him levitate. For a second, all the sparkles. Ibuki really doesn't understand what's happening. Ruka tries to get others to notice her. Miu is a sheep boss softly. Kurumi gets mauled by wild animals. Fuyuhiko doesn't feel prepared for any of this, and in a fit of frenzy, she wasn't prepared for this as Monodam creeps up on Tinko and slaughters her. And Kotoko's looking for an easy out. That is so sad. In my heart of hearts, I was low-key rooting for Tinko to at least make it to saving grace, but she was so prepared. She was so prepared, but now we must prepare a Clear Day Loon 4. Kurumi. Tinko. This is gonna be a pain to edit. But we gotta keep going. 16 more. Battle of attrition. The wholesome games continue. Fuyuko ponders about that wish ring, and speaking of wish rings, Ibuki's is now gone. Yuta wishes for some trail mix. It's gonna be a long one, so I'm glad that he's got a snack. Ruka pets Miu gently, who is a sheep. Miu's been getting all the pets. She's the best sheep. Best sheep Miu. Maki moves around uselessly, Mew as a sheep grazes peacefully, Mekamaru's corpse rots peacefully, Nagito is unshaken by any of this, Monofini is being adorable as always, Kotoko wonders about the future, Izuyoi would never wants to kill anyone ever again, Mudokata looks around seething maniacally. Monokuma is looking magical today, Sonia as a sheep doesn't do much, Monodam's frenzy dies down, which means he's now safe for right now. Mondo feels strong enough to handle anything. Makoto's a sheep and grazes peacefully. We lost not a single soul, but we lose a couple today. Uh-oh. Kotoko doesn't feel prepared for any of this at the start of round 20. Ruka doesn't care much for this place. Monofini is looking absolutely glorious in that knight's armor. Sonia is a sheep and wanders off too far, becoming food for the wild beast. Rest in peace to her. Ibuki is proud of her dapper suit. In a fit of frenzy, Mudokata creeps up on Izuyoi and turns him inside out, slaughters him. My boy. Nagito sets down a trap. Monokuma gets caught in that trap. Makoto's still a sheep. Fuyuko's determined to survive this. Monodam is on the verge of snapping. Mondo feels sorry for Monokuma and frees him from the trap. Mew is a sheep and doesn't do much. Yuna's like, really? Freeing Monokuma from this trap? And now Monokuma is also a sheep, no longer a bear. Maki wants this to be over already. Gonta and Kurokuma are both gone. 14 remain. We are almost there. This is a true battle of attrition as we get a clear day Loon 4. Sonia. Izuyoi. 14. 4 more until you'll need them. Your saving grace picks, you'll need them. We'll proceed. It's an interesting lot that we have left to these final 14, but let's go on, let's proceed. To round 21 as Mondo Dam still has his wish ring, ponders how to use it. Don't wish yourself away, don't wish that you weren't here. Monokuma is a sheep and doesn't do much. Nagito seems unshaken by any of this. We have a couple sheep in play like Makoto who glances away a sad look in his eyes. Mew boss softly, cause she's a sheep. Mondo's wearing leather scraps. Ibuki is still just confused. Kotoko's still very proud of her bikini. Fuyuko has a horrible feeling in his gut. Mudokata eats something he shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pains. Ruka's wishing for an interesting accent. Maybe I guess she gets one because her wish ring grants it. Monofini does something really cute. Yuta polishes that ancient scepter and Maki wishes for a delicious steak. She had her appetizer, she had her salad earlier, and now she's having a delicious steak for the main entree. Will she get dessert? I don't know. But one person who won't get dessert as we enter our final 13, a Claire de Lune 4. Mudokata. It is a shame for him, but we are still not there. We gotta go to round 22. And at round 22, we start off with some orange as Nagito gets cocky and does from a stupid mistake. Kotoko is looking for someone dumb enough to believe her. Monokuma is a sheep, sad look in his eyes. Ibuki hopes she doesn't have to harm anyone. Mondo tries to make a wish, his wish ring is now gone. Maki mopes around uselessly. Makoto is a sheep and doesn't do much. Mew is a sheep and glances away, a sad look in her eyes. Monofini twiddles her thumbs. Monodam snaps. He's frenzied again. Fuyuko wishes there more people would get along. Fuyuko, you are just a part of this. It must be like the United Nations of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. Everyone who wished for peace this episode, because you have gotten it. Oh my gosh. Ruka tries to get others to notice her, and Yuta spots something shiny in the distance. 12 more. We are almost through. It is the wholesome games. It is the peaceful games, but it is a Claire de Lune 4. Trap Master Nagito. And that man did set his fair share of traps today. Let me tell you, he got his money's worth, but we still have 2 more until your saving grace picks. Will we get there with the next round? We might just get 1, we might get none, I don't know. But it's round 23. Ibuki acts cool under that pursuit. Fuyuko looks glorious in his knight's armor. I was about to say nighttime armor. His nighty-night armor. Yuta ponders how best to use the wish ring. Mondo sizes the muscles. Monokuma is a sheep and doesn't do much. Mew is a sheep. Boss softly. Kotoko's being adorable as always. Ruka wishes she wasn't here. That's why the wish ring is now a danger, more so than a threat. She is out of here now. Monodam looks for his next victim. Maki sobs uncontrollably. Makoto's a sheep, doesn't do much, and Monofini hopes she doesn't have to harm anyone. We'll have to find out. If she does, we have plenty of sheep in play, which is nuts to me. But we did lose 1 soul. The Candy Maker herself. 1 more until your saving grace picks after this Claire de Lune 4. Ruruka. 90 have gone, 90 have perished in what is a true battle of attrition. Soon it will be 10 left. Soon it would be shocking if they just all perish the next day. That would be something else, but it won't happen. One might not even perish tomorrow as we click the next round. Uh-oh. At the start of round 24, Maki wishes he could go home. Kazuichi's gone. Makoto is a sheep, bows softly. With a flick of his ancient scepter, Yuta turns Kotoko into a sheep. Mondo twiddles his thumbs. Yeah, nobody's gone. Masaru's gone, though. Monokuma's a sheep. Monofini stands proudly in her knight's armor. Miu is a sheep, grazes peacefully. Ibuki is wearing leather scraps as a sight to behold. Fuyiko steps down a trap. Monodam still maniacally seething, looking around. And Kotoko is now a sheep, glances away, a sad look in her eyes. Will go to the next round again. Oh my gosh! Goodness gracious, round 25. Makoto is a sheep, doesn't do much. Maki mopes around uselessly. Fuyiko won't give up so easily. Miu is a sheep and doesn't do much. Mondo gets caught in one of Fuyiko's traps. Yuta polishes that ancient scepter, but Monofini feels sorry and frees Mondo from the trap. But I guess freeing people from a trap is a curse, because Ibuki's still confused about what's going on. In a fit of frenzy, Monodam creeps up on Monofini and snaps her neck, and Monokuma is still a sheep and doesn't do much. So after finally this Claire de Lune for Monofini, it took us a hot minute to get here, but I can click on details, I can take a deep breath, and I can finally say that it is time for your very wholesome saving grace picks. And we have to do a scroll to see some folk. So many skulls, but we have Yuta, who remains as one of your saving grace picks. As we go on, we have Makoto, who is a sheep. We have Miu, who is a sheep. We have Maki, not a sheep. We have Mondo, not a sheep. We have, as we keep going, Monodam, who is frenzied, but also not a sheep and has 9 KOs, my goodness gracious. As we go on, we have Fuyiko, not a sheep. We have, as we keep on keeping on, Ibuki should be here somewhere. Kotoko, who is a sheep, don't forget about her. As we keep on keeping on. Is it just Ibuki left? No, Monokuma too, right? Monokuma, who is a sheep. As we keep on keeping on, Ibuki, who is not a sheep. And that's the lot. That's the top 10. You have Makoto, Maki, Fuyiko, Miu, Kotoko, Mondo, Fuyiko, Yuta, Ibuki, and did I say Monokuma? Who did I forget? Monodam. Yes, Monodam. Okay, that's your top 10. Who do you got? Because that's all I gotta ask. Give me first, second, and third, because it's been nuts, and it'll probably still take a while. We are at round 25. Tell me first, second, and third, and what round do you think this will end? That's what I want to know. For first, I got Fuyiko. I think he's coming back for the title he lost at the beginning of the season. Second, give me Makoto, just for the luck. And third, give me someone who's a sheep. Give me No, Mondo's not a sheep. Who's a sheep? Miu's a sheep. Give me Miu for third. Yeah, Fuyiko, Makoto, Miu. Those are my top 3. And I think this will go until round 40. That's my pick. That's my prediction. Will it be right? I don't know, but these 10, we will not dilly, we will not dally. Their hearts are beating at the same pace, the same pulse, the same rate as that of a samurai woman. Will you guys... Well, after this, the fan vote's open, so we gotta see what happens. Let's go ahead. It's the top 10. Are your picks gonna do well? I don't know. Well, they'll probably not get any more kills, except for Monodam, who's going a little crazy. At the start of round 26, Mondo sizes his muscles. Kotoko with a sheep, a sad look in her eyes. Maki wishes for a garden salad. She was like, well, the steak was good, but maybe I want some more salad. Makoto's a sheep, doesn't do much. Monokuma's a sheep, grazes peacefully. Miu's a sheep, doesn't do much. Yuta flaunts his bikini. Fuyiko ponders about how best to use his wish ring. Monodam looks around maniacally seething. And Ibuki pets Miu again, who's a sheep. Miu is just getting all the pets. These other sheep, they're not getting a bunch of pets, but Miu, she's got all these pets. You gotta pet Miu for good luck, or not. Maybe that's bad luck. Maybe it's very bad luck. As Mondo is looking downright tactical in his combat gear, Makoto's a sheep boss softly. Maki wishes for a longer nose. She was one of the first magicians. There was a fan art a ways back that was like magic glass. Maki was a part of that. Miu is a sheep and grazes peacefully. Yuta spots something shining in the distance. In a fit of frenzy, Monodam creeps upon Ibuki and kills her dad. Monokuma is a sheep and grazes peacefully, Kotoko is a sheep and also grazes peacefully, and Fuyuhiko gets cocky and dies from a stupid mistake. That was my pick, and thus we lost 2. And it's been real peaceful, but it is still a terrible turnabout for Ibuki. Fuyuhiko. In our final 8, that means it's Mondo, Makoto, Maki, Miu, Yuta, Monodam, Monokuma, and Kotoko as the final 8. And they're still going strong with the Samurai Woman. We might be playing Samurai Woman for another like 3 minutes. Because at the start of round 28, everything is just pretty chill. Monodam looks for his next victim. Monokuma's a sheep. Miu's a sheep. Maki doesn't feel prepared for any of this. None of us were prepared for this one, Maki. Makoto's a sheep with a sad look in his eyes. Yuta twiddles his thumb. Kotoko's a sheep boss softly. And Mondo, wearing leather straps, is a sight to behold. The wholesome games continue, but oh my goodness, this was our mans who was getting KOs out here, and he is gone. As Maki sobs quietly after rampaging for a while, Monodam's frenzy grows so overpowering that his heart gives out. Monokuma's a sheep grazes peacefully, which means Yuta is in the best position right now to win this thing because he's got the Ancient Scepter. I would love for it to just be the sheep as the final ones, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Monokuma's a sheep. Mondo feels strong enough to handle anything. Miu's a sheep grazes peacefully. Kotoko's a sheep grazes peacefully. Makoto's a sheep grazes peacefully. I'm sorry, boss softly. Gotta put some respect on that. And Yuta polishes his Ancient Scepter, making the magic orb shine. We lost another one, and that one will be a terrible turnabout for Monodam, who had an impressive showing. So many KOs. That man's was on point. But what can you do? What can you say? We have to keep going. It's still Samurai Woman time. We're not at your final 5 yet. Could we get there next round? Perhaps. We might. As round, oh my gosh, Yuta, oh gosh, he's pulling a Monika. He's pulling a Monika. She taught him the secrets. She taught him the secrets. They are from the same cast. Leon's lifeless body writhes with maggots. Junko's also gone. Makoto is a sheep, wanders off too far, becoming food for the wild beast. Maki wants it to be over already. Miu is a sheep Grilla, glances away with a sad look in her eyes. With a flick of his Ancient Scepter, Yuta turns Mondo into a sheep. Is everyone who's left, except for Maki and Yuta, a sheep? Monokuma's a sheep, Mondo's now a sheep, and Kotoko's a sheep. I gotta check that in a second. After this terrible turnabout for the lucky boy himself. Makoto. Which means it is Maki, who's not a sheep, Miu, who is a sheep, Yuta, who's not a sheep, Mondo, who's now a sheep, Kotoko, who is a sheep, and Monokuma, who is a sheep. It is 4 sheep versus 2 non-sheep. Let's see how this goes. If Yuta turns Maki into a sheep, it is sheep versus Yuta, and I don't know how that's gonna turn out. It's still Samurai Woman though. Let's go on. This is actually getting kind of tense. This is actually getting kind of interesting as we go on to the next round. Mondo's a sheep, grazes peacefully. Yuta wishes for some comic books, and now he's just reading because he is confident now. He's like, this is the season of the Asahinas. What did you all expect? Monokuma's a sheep, doesn't do much. Maki stands proudly in her knight's armor. She's still the valiant knight who could win this for everyone. Miu's a sheep, grazes peacefully, and Kotoko is also a sheep and grazes peacefully at the start of the next round. And Mondo's a sheep, grazes peacefully. Monokuma's a sheep, doesn't do much. Yuta ponders how best to use his wish ring. He still has his wish ring too? This guy, oh my goodness. Miu's a sheep, doesn't do much. Maki thinks of a dark poem. Kotoko's a sheep, glances away, a sad look in her eyes. Maki finds a dapper suit and puts it on, it's rather fetching. Mondo's a sheep, grazes peacefully, so does Kotoko. Monokuma's a sheep, doesn't do much. Miu's a sheep, glances away, a sad look in her eyes, and Yuta's still proud of that bikini. Miu's a sheep, glances away, a sad look in her eyes. Mondo's a sheep, grazes peacefully. Maki now also has an Ancient Scepter, so it is now Ancient Scepter Maki versus Ancient Scepter Yuta, who spots something shiny in the distance, versus 4 sheep. Speaking of, Kotoko's a sheep and doesn't do much, and Monokuma's a sheep, glances away, a sad look in his eyes. It might be a battle between who turns who into a sheep first between Maki and Yuta, and as we go to the next round, what a twist. Round 35, Mondo's a sheep, grazes peacefully. Monokuma's a sheep, grazes peacefully. Kotoko's a sheep, doesn't do much. Yuta wishes he wasn't here. For some reason, he thought that that would be the best way to use his wish ring. And shockingly enough, he's gone. Which means it is Maki versus 4 sheep. That is how this game is gonna play out. And if Maki gets KO'd like that, because she still has her wish ring, oh, she could do the same thing Yuta just did, and it would be a fatal 4-way between 4 sheep. Speaking of which, Mew is a sheep and grazes peacefully. This is nuts. This actually got crazy right at the end, as we have a terrible turnabout for Yuta. It was almost the season of the Asahinas again, but now it is really in Maki's favor. But that wish ring could ruin her, and then it would be all sheep. It is really, honestly, between the final 5, anyone's game. It could be Mondo, Kotoko, Monokuma, Maki, or Mew. Because these are your final 5, and they are all caught in a crisis of fate. My round 40 doesn't look too bad. I think it'll go longer than that, but let's go ahead and let's proceed. Let's see next round. Uh-oh. Round 36, Maki doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Mew is a sheep, boss softly. Kotoko is a sheep, grazes peacefully. Monokuma is a sheep, grazes peacefully. And unfortunately, Mondo is a sheep, wanders too far, becoming food for the wild beast. It's a terrible turnabout. That's all I can say for Mondo. And thus it is now Maki versus 3 sheep. If Maki does the wacky thing and wishes that she's not here, it is Mew, Kotoko, and Monokuma. That's all there is to it. That's your final 4, and they're still caught in a crisis of fate. Let's see what happens next. Will someone else wander off? Will Maki wish herself gone? Let's find out. Let's proceed. Uh-oh. Round 37. Nah, uh-oh. She's just making sure that it's gonna stay peaceful, because that's how she's using her wish ring, because right now, that's probably the best thing to do. Kotoko's a sheep, boss softly. Mew is a sheep, grazes peacefully. And Monokuma's a sheep, glances away, a sad look in her eye, look in his eyes as we proceed. Oh no, round 38. Monokuma's a sheep, doesn't do much. Kotoko's a sheep, grazes peacefully, and Maki somehow finds tactical combat gear and equipping it. She is just showing off now. She is showing off. Mew got pet 1.5 million times. She is the best sheep in the world. The best sheep. But unfortunately, that's not enough. Because it's a terrible turnabout for her. Mew. That's right. Petting doesn't win games. Surviving wins games. And I do want to check something. We have Maki, we have Maki, Kotoko, and Monokuma as your final 3. Kotoko with no KOs, Maki with no KOs, and Monokuma with no KOs. Because they're all peaceful, we will likely have a pacifist victor. Will we have a pacifist sheep victor? I don't know. We have a pacifist Supreme Overlord victor like last time because it's world peace and everyone else is sheep. She is the last human being in the arena. But it's still a crisis of fate. Who will perish next? I don't know. Let's proceed to find out. It could all end, which is unlikely, but it could. Round 39. Maki acts cool in her dapper suit, Monokuma boss softly, and so does Kotoko. This is my prediction. Round 40. Could it end right here? It will not, but we did lose a homie. Monokuma boss softly. He is a sheep and boss softly. Maki practices some strategic moves in her combat gear, and Kotoko, who had one heck of a survival as a sheep, wanders a bit too far, becoming food for the wild beast. So it is a shame. It is a sad time. And it is also a terrible turnabout for Kotoko. And here's the interesting bit. It is Monokuma versus Maki. Because of the Light Bearer rules, Monokuma's in. But if he wins, he just gets removed from Kaede's Lightbearer bracket and gets put in the main bracket by himself. So it would be almost a waste for Monokuma to win. So I'm low-key rooting for Maki, but this is RNG, so we all know it's anybody's game. All we can do is guess. It was 1 versus 100 and just 2 are left. So I have to ask you, who will it be? Monokuma to snatch his own place in the singles bracket, or will it be Maki? Maki, who needs to get her own place, Maki herself, the only human who's left. Will it be the sheep that is Monokuma, or will it be Maki, Monokuma for the despair, or will it be Maki for the strategy? We can't wait. I won't dilly-dally because this one has been going on long. I'll click next round and we will see. Nothing yet. It's round 41. Maki wonders about the future. Monokuma's a sheep and boss softly. Monokuma's a sheep and boss softly. But Maki wasn't looking. And she fell right off of a cliff. I feel so bad for Maki, but I'm actually not worried at all because you guys have a ton of fan votes, because since what happened earlier, the sudden world peace, it's just pretty safe. It's just a safe time. That those other 2 secret achievements, they would not hit because everyone was peaceful and helping each other out. Which means after this terrible turnabout for Maki, that means that your sole survivor in this round of 101, 1 versus 100, a sheep for the longest time, Monokuma, without a single kill, takes the win. I guess I think we were all kind of rooting for a sheep victory, but Monokuma, you can feel that despair. He's making the bracket, but it didn't really matter too much because you guys are getting fan votes regardless. Do I usually reveal these now, or do I ever? I already revealed them in the secret episode, and you guys will find that regardless. Next week, it'll just be out. I think I usually do say something about them in the last time. I don't know. I might just say it this time anyway. Some of the secret achievements in this one were getting a sword double kill, which finding the sword would have been fine, but after things became peaceful, that didn't happen. But also pulling yourself out of a trap, and because everyone was so kind and peaceful, they were pulling each other out of traps at all times. So the world peace sabotaged both of those, so I was like, okay, well, they're gonna get all 4 of those fan votes from the 4 secret achievements that did not hit. The other 2 were getting a gift from Santa, which was only I guess a single time that it could have happened, since the winter events didn't start until just recently. Which is unfortunate because we saw a ton of that happening this past Thursday. And then successfully escaping the arena, which did not technically happen in singles action. It happened in tag team action and in OC action, but not in singles action. So those 4, in addition to, if we bring up the bracket, and there's Monokuma now, by himself. Kaede, her Lightbearer efforts were actually in vain. Oh, that is despair, let me tell you. You guys earn a ton of fan votes this season, so good on you guys, and those will be up. At least the first chunk of them will be up now. And so, yes, make sure to go check the community tab, because you guys gotta vote in those fan votes, but let's scroll down here and see the chaos. Monodam with 10, Munakata with 5, the Monorai brothers with 4, Toko with 4. All of those people were frenzied. so they have their top kills. Hiroko never frenzied, but she has 3 KOs by herself. Jotaro had 3, Tengen had 3, Kori had 2, Mekamaru had 2, Monokid had 1, Hina, the champ, had 1, Junko, Kaede, Nane Aichiaki, and everyone who's left had 1 or less. That was... At the end, it got dicey. At the end, you were like, it's gotta be Yuta, and then it was Maki who had her engines up there, and it was neither of them, it was one of the sheep, and it was a pacifist sheep victory, so major congratulations to Monokuma. That's all I can say. The fan votes are coming up. If you saw someone in this game who you think really deserves some love, make sure to leave them in the comments here, or maybe in the comments for the community tab post, because those fan votes are open now, at least the first couple of categories. Because you guys have so many, I might just let you have one from each cast, and then some based on stats. Might do that, but I might not. This is still early because this one I'm recording a ways early, so I'll be able to make the fan votes and add in the rest of this data. So, thanks for watching. This was nuts. 1 versus 100. 101 came in, but only 1 survived, and of course it was the game master himself, Monokuma. Congratulations to him. I was really rooting for Kotoko, if I'm being completely honest. But at the end, I was like, come on, Maki, you got this, you got this. It's squad time, it's squad up, you gotta squad up. She almost got it too. Oh man. Kudos though, this was interesting. It was me rapid firing a bunch of this, but you know what? It was a fun time. Never again will we do all wish rings. Quote me on that. You guys will have to like vote. You guys would have to vote like I would have to like allow you guys to vote for what weapon we put in, and wish ring would have to get selected. But you know what happens now. This has happened twice, and the first time it wasn't even all wish rings. So don't do it. This was a long one. I still hope you made it this far, and I hope you enjoyed it. Because at the tail end, I really enjoyed it. It got spicy. Stay classy. Year of the Horizon, which is almost over. Toon Link Dave, United States Aviator taking off. Toodaloo, Flight Crew, thank you for watching. And make sure to go vote. And vote on the next set for the tag team. All the fan votes are coming out. And don't forget that this Sunday is the last OC episode before next Friday, a week from now, when I think we have the OC finale is what I have planned. Yeah. Man, okay. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting week. By the numbers. I guess I can confirm that. By the numbers. And then the OC finale. Then the next week is Christmas. And Christmas Eve. And that'll be tag team. And then, singles finale. And then... Cool. Then we're done. And that's it. And then that's all she wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you, once again, hope you enjoyed. I'm dilly-dallying at the end here. We shouldn't be, because this one is already long. Toodaloo, Flight Crew, thank you for watching.